Hi, I'm Liam. This is my first video. In this video I'll be covering my first year of Empire LARP from E1 to E3. The reason I'll be covering the first 3 events is 50% because E4's antics will roll into E1 next year, and the remaining 50% because I didn't write down the hots and nots, so only remember half of what I got done, and the half that I do remember wouldn't be a good story to tell. So, where does my LARP journey begin? Well, I had seen a popular content creator, some may know, post a few videos while I was in college, but I never had full interest until late 2019. Then of course COVID happened, so that left me, like many others, waiting for Empire to start up again. On the other hand, it did mean that I had an unknown amount of time to prep for when the events would resume. So, after watching the few creators who made content for Empire, such as Steve Hefty Yeti, the Rick Van Man, the animation from Holly the Small, and Mark Humes, I began asking questions on Facebook and Steve's Discord. With help from the Hefty fam, Steve's community, I was now building a character with a kit, a background, and his own skills and goals. Other than a few kit pieces I wanted to pick up in-field when at the event, my character Toddy Birch, the changeling Wintermark Steiner apothecary, was ready to journey from Wintermark to Anvil. Sadly, I wasn't. See, I suffer with anxiety, and although I had been given a lot of reassurance that everyone was welcoming and friendly at Empire, I was still very anxious. I planned to go to Empire with a friend originally, but due to COVID that didn't happen, so I had 2 options. 1, not go at all, and 2, I could try and reach out to people on social media to hopefully make some friends before going to the event. I wanted to have a place to come back to if my anxiety got bad. This is where New Osland come into the picture. I put a post up on Facebook asking to maybe stay around some fires and have a place to come back to for my anxiety, like if my anxiety got really bad. I instantly had someone reach out to me who was very kind and offered me a place by the fire when the event started. That person is a Thane of New Osland, Kat, also known as Karina Starborn in character. It was still months before the event started, but I now had been speaking to the people online from the hall, so my anxiety levels were like a lot less. It would just be the issue of travelling, I thought, until I was offered a lift from the nice women who run that shop. So, now, fast forward, I got a lift to the event in exchange for some manual labour, which was fine with me, to be fair. I was told E2 they were taking someone else, so I knew the next time I'd have to arrange another method of travel. E1's hots and nots. As most who attend Empire know, Thursday is not in character, so it's a social time out of character. So getting to know the people of New Osland on the Thursday and throughout the event was just great. So that was my first hot. Hot 2 was the unpredictable goal switch. Basically, my main goal at the time was when I got in character, I wanted to become an apothecary. I wanted to apprentice for someone and get in my skills, which didn't actually happen. Instead, when I got time in, I got instantly asked, do you want to see some orc nude sketches? To which my character lost his mind, and everything sort of spiralled from there. I spent most of my time at E1 trying to obtain these orc nudes. I then decided I wanted to make orcs smart, so I came up with like various titles, one of which being 50 Shades of Green. Yeah, hit or miss really. My third hot was trading. Trading my baked goods was fun. As I have anxiety, speaking to random people was a struggle, but trading actually helped me with that, so that was actually quite fun. The only thing is that I didn't know was that I was trading like a very low price. Yeah. My hot number 4 was the overwhelming emotions and performances. So I went to Songs and Stories on the Saturday, I think it was, and essentially got really emotional because like I was just really happy, which I know sounds kind of cringy, but I was just so happy that I was getting kind of emotional. So yeah. my knots for the event. Only having thin layers, not thinking it would be that cold at night, to which I was very wrong. On top of that, my cloak was thin cotton, so I kept having to go to bed early as it was very cold. On the other hand, someone came by the hall late Saturday and saw me with 2 blankets and a sheepskin on me, and I was still shivering. They offered me a thick fur blanket and let me take it to my tent to keep warm for the night. So that was E1. E2. Having to travel alone this event gave me anxiety quite bad. Although when I got to the train station, I ran into some other players, so instantly just started chatting. I then offered them like some spaces in the cab that I booked, so we split the fare, and chatting on the way like actually helped my anxiety like completely. And I also made a contact which I'll be mentioning further down the video. My hots and knots for E2. Hot 1. I took the oath and finally joined New Osland, so that was great. I'll be inserting some pictures now. My second hot was finding the Gathering of Hunters. I won't be mentioning it on... This is the second actually, so I'll probably mention it in the next one. But because of part of my backstory is that my character researches and hunts beasts, I thought this would be really interesting. I ended up helping them by making them potions for a challenge with an Eternal, which was insane. But yeah, I didn't actually realise how many resources and how much money it cost to make me those potions until, like, the next event. My third hot was finally getting my Orc nudes. So I finally got my Orc nude sketches, and I then wanted to hallow them. Which I'm assuming if people know Empire, you know what hallowing is. It's basically putting an aura onto an object. So we met this person called Ragnar, who's I put an image somewhere here. They're an amazing character, very high energy. I wanted her to hallow the Orc New sketches, so we done that. I'll come back to that after. Just me interjecting me. I just wanted to take a moment to talk about Ragnar, because Ragnar is very high energy, but, like, I mean, being an ambition, like, Stormcrow is expected. But I just wanted to, like, throw up a picture. That's the kit. Very good kit. Amazing kit. Amazing character. Really Ragnar really makes me, like, Toddy want to be a lot higher energy. So it has to be mentioned because that, you know, the person playing Ragnar is amazing as well. Just gotta say that. Like, just the energy is phenomenal. So, phenomenal. Great. Let's just say great. So I just had to honourable mention. Secondly, what I forgot to mention, the contacts that I made at the end of E2, or the start when I was on my journey to E2. At E3, one of my other hots was that I done a ritual with that person, so that was great. Had to mention that because the ritual is amazing. We got a great deal. Not going to talk about it like on thingy, but great deal, great like person to interact with. High guard. Yeah, so I thought I'd mention that as well. I got a ritual done, which was my other hot that I forgot to mention. So yeah. My fourth hot was gaining my first throne. I'm looking down here because I've got a monitor, by the way, just not very professional, but it is what it is. So I got my first throne. Although I know having one throne doesn't make you rich, and I know I thought it was a pity throne. I know the person will probably say it was prosperity because I'd spent my money helping others, so then they gifted me a throne. Yeah, but they'll say it's prosperity. I think it was pity. My fifth, I think I'm on my fifth now, hot was monstering. I done the poking patting technique, which was quite a laugh. I was really bad at RPing, so basically what I done was, I was a Druge slave, and basically I was like poking and patting and saying like the poking will stop the nerve endings, stop the pain, and then the patting will relax the muscle so you can go back. Whatever number we're on now, we'll go from there. I finally got a nice cloak, a nice warm cloak, So I got that cloak and then used it as a blanket in my room, which in my tent, which was great. Yeah, okay. My knots. My first knot was my Halloween failed. They basically said it's explicit, so it failed. It didn't work, which was really sad. So I'm hoping to get something else hallowed next year. My second knot would be my bed deflating, which was great. My bed kept deflating at like, I'd wake up early hours of the morning and my bed would just be flat and I'd be laying on the ground with like jagged floor and stuff. And the annoying thing was, like, it sounded like a fart inflating it because it's like a self-pump one, so I didn't want to wake people up to that sound. So yeah, E3 hots. So my first hot was actually speaking to people who arranged a coach. So people arranged a coach for E3, so that was great. It helped relieve a lot of anxiety. So that was great. My second hot was that I found a lawyer while I was at Moorish. Love Moorish. Found an Urazeni person who could speak for me, a woman who said she'd speak for me because I realised I put a lot of money and resources into the potions for the Gathering Hunters. So she said she'd speak for me and basically be my lawyer. So I worked out what it cost me and everything like that. The nice thing was, at the end of the event, she actually approached me and said like it'd given her some direction in game and she'd really enjoyed it. So I was like really happy that I could give her some game. So that was great. The third hot would be watching the battle. There was a tourney in Dawn. Dawn have like a big glory square, which people probably know. But yeah, so I watched a tourney there for the Eternals and we came third, which was great. The fourth, I think we're on the fourth, was I approached a hall about starting my own shop. I will insert pictures somewhere of the shop and the logo that I made and everything. And basically, yeah, found out that people want to make a shop already. So essentially, that's going to happen. But I can't talk much about it. But yeah, that's it. That's all of it. Thank you. This is my first video, so the audio is a little bit, it's not the best right now. Hopefully the quality is okay. So hopefully you like the quality, even if the audio is not the best. I will work on it. Thank you for watching. Bye.